Hi, welcome to another episode of Dr. Cammy and Karen Go Keto, where we are talking about our transition from basically a standard American diet into a low carb lifestyle, a keto lifestyle, a little bit of carnivore we're playing with right now too. Karen and I are both doing that. And today we're going to talk just a little bit about, in general, our struggles, how it's difficult sometimes, how you need to be diligent in your stand for yourself and working on staying on plan. So, Karen, you want to start us off with a little bit about, where you're struggling or where you've had breakthroughs?
Well, so I am struggling a couple of places. I am struggling. I did go to the Cheesecake Factory the other day and I had a piece of cheesecake, and I almost didn't go. I almost talked myself out of it.
Was
And then
it
I
low
talked
carb
my,
cheesecake?
no, it was not.
Oh,
It was birthday celebration cheesecake. It, which, well, I think they just call it celebration cheesecake. But I had decided to go, and then I changed my mind and I decided not to go. And then I decided to go after all. I'm not sure really what was up with why I decided to go the second time. Like, maybe, um, I, I think my idea was I've been doing pretty well, so I'll just work on it again tomorrow. Right? I'm going to go ahead and give myself this break. And of course, takes me out of ketosis, makes me feel horrible. My body was aching all day yesterday after eating the cheesecake. And there's no benefit to eating it except for the mental benefit that I get, that quick little rush, that sugar rush. And after that, I decided that my setup in my life is not working, right? I go to breakfast every morning, and I try to have the same thing every morning at breakfast time um because I find that the easiest way to stay on track. And the breakfast is pretty good. But yesterday I had lunch with a friend and it was after the lunch. And I think I didn't have enough for lunch, and that's why I was still a little hungry, and that's probably why one of the reasons that made me think it was okay. There was nothing about that it was okay to eat the cheesecake that I could rationalize, that, or maybe that was what caused the desire to have the cheesecake, is that I was still hungry. Today I decided I am not going to eat breakfast anymore, because I do that because of my schedule, to get it crossed off my list of things to do in the morning so that I can start my day. And that's just how I like to compartmentalize everything. And so I'm going to not eat breakfast and try to have my steak in the afternoon, well, maybe not afternoon, but like 11, and actually cook at home. And that's a huge leap for me because I do not currently cook at home. And we'll see how that goes.
yeah. It's interesting how you can listen to those voices in your head that will justify, like, going to eat the cheesecake, and then you'll come to your senses and realize that's not right. So then you'll turn around and then that voice will come again, and it'll be strong enough to win over. And to me, it kind of feels like it's a perfect storm. It's like, the tummy being a little bit hungry, the, um, the thoughts coming in your head, the idea of all the fun times that you've had in the past eating the cheesecake, and you were at lunch with Mark, who had lost his wife. And so there were maybe some conversations that you had there that were a little bit difficult. You might have been missing Tim a little more than usual. And, it's like a perfect storm will brew. And then, there you go. It's and you weren't on your regular eating schedule. So, you get like 4 or 5 combination of things in there, and it'll just be the perfect little storm that will take me out. That's what happens with me.
Yeah, and I think that the idea that tomorrow is another day is something I've always relied on, and it's not really workable. It's not discipline, right? Putting off discipline until tomorrow is not effective. And that's basically what I'm doing when I say, "Oh, I can have it today because tomorrow I'll be good." Or after this cheesecake, I'll change my ways.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and when we're on our plan and we're doing what we're up to, what we say we're going to do, when we have that integrity, the eating the cheesecake just isn't an option. It doesn't come in as an option. And so as soon as we make it an option, then we're off our course of what we said we were going to do. And for me, not only do you get the physical stuff like the inflammation and the feeling hungover and headaches and all those things that come physically, I get all the emotional part of it too. Like just feeling so bad about myself because I didn't do what I said I was up to. But the flip side of that is that we're human, right? We're not going to be perfect. We're going to have days that, I went to the potluck the other day and I ate this beautiful plate of lettuce and chicken. They had a whole they had a cooked chicken there and everything else I couldn't really eat, but I had a little piece of sushi and I had 2 bites of noodles. And then I ate dessert. I ate a little bit of fruit cobbler and I ate a little bit of strawberry um, shortcake. And I ate these 3 little cookies that were disgusting. They were full of margarine and sugar and they didn't even taste good and they were little and I got 3 of them and then I ate one and I was like, this is disgusting. But yet I ate the other 2 because I had them there with me. And so those are the kinds of things that, we're working on. And I think, for me, I see tremendous improvement, and you're not doing your malts, you're not doing your Diet Coke. We're making progress, but, we're not going to be perfect.
Yeah, but I think that there's a huge on the spectrum of perfect. I mean, I'm not striving for perfect, but I am striving to not eat sugar. And the review of maybe it was just that it'd been so long since I had sugar. Maybe it was hearing about you and the cookies and stuff that made me decide that I wanted to go ahead and have the cheesecake. It the Cheesecake Factory is not a place where I think of Tim. We didn't really go there too often to eat. I think it was more life struggles, not so much just Tim's, missing Tim and having talked about Tim. I think it's the idea that there's an upheaval in my life, and this was a way to, just like you give a crying baby a cookie or a cracker. I think that was, but this crying baby wanted cheesecake.
It's funny that you ate there because I've been thinking so many times about going there and getting their low carb piece and cutting it in half because I think their low carb is 35 grams of carbohydrates. And so then I'm thinking, well, then that's only like 17 or 18 and that's still under 20 a day. And I just wouldn't eat any other carbs that day. And, just crazy making.
Yeah, so what's your thought on that? That you can go and have the low carb cheesecake or you can't?
The thought is I can't.
Yeah.
The thought is I can't because, I'm eating a lot of I'm eating a lot of meat, but I'll eat Angus burger patty and I'll put a little bit of ketchup on it with that, which has, sugar and carbs in it. and I'll put a little bit of mustard on it. And it's not a lot, but it's some, you know?
I don't think mustard has carbs, but I do know that sugar does.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff said something about it having it, and I didn't think it did either.
I can't imagine. There's no sweetness to it, I don't think.
And there's like what, vinegar and mustard seed and
Yeah, I mean, maybe vinegar might have I can't even imagine it has one carb in it. But obviously the ketchup would.
yeah, so this is where we are. Just doing life. Life gets lifey, and you know, we have a rocky road, and I think for the most part days have been good. And I went 16 days and then ate at the potluck, ate off carb. Ate off plan, and went and ate with my mother too, who is a huge trigger for me. So interesting that I am so triggered by her. Yeah.
Well, my mother-in-law has her birthday today, so we are going to go have dinner at Benihana today. But that's a great place to go if you want to eat low carb because you can have the fish. I'll have the shrimp and the steak and maybe the lobster. So I am not going to have a salad, even though I do like their dressing, which is not really high in carbs. There are Benny does not have great dessert, so it won't be tempting to have dessert there. And who knows what my sister-in-law has planned for, if she's going to do a cake or something. But that is something I can say no to, especially if I'm full after eating at the Benihana. So that's my plan for today. And then I think actually I do have to have breakfast tomorrow because I have afternoon plans for Wednesday. So on Thursday and Friday, I will attempt to eat the steaks in the like around 11, and then maybe egg salad afterwards if I get hungry and the steak is not enough. And that should put me at 1,600 calories a day, and that should be enough.
All right. So are you going to attempt it, or are you going to do it?
Well, I don't know because I don't know until I see how it turns out.
All
But
right.
that's the plan.
Well, good luck with it. I'm sure it'll all work out just fine.
All right, guys. We'll see you when we see you. Have a great day.
Take care. Make good choices. We're trying. We're doing the best we can, and that's all anybody can expect.
Thanks for watching with us. Bye.
Bye.